Okay, PGA National. We're playing the weekly champion tourney on 14 speed greens, they usually are. Moderate winds we've got today. You can see that's not especially difficult. So of course we're getting all the time in clash, and I don't think I've done any talkthroughs on this, so we'll have a go. This is actually quite a makeable pitch. A few yards closer we'd have been, I'd have really fancied this, but let's try and get this about right. I want to be a yard and a bit to the left. Yeah, that's perfect. And then just try and have it sort of rolling in the last foot or so. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was close. Would have been a good start. Yeah, it is champion 14 greens. Difficult hole this today. It's just going to play a long way. Could be hitting 4-iron or something like that in the day. That wind's almost a direct headwind. It's going to be about probably about 13 of wind, 1 of elevation. Probably take a little bit off of 5. Just got to get over the top of that ridge here. I saw a couple of the members playing this one. They were playing it not with full backspin. It was getting just kind of getting killed in the top of that ridge, just short of the hole there. You got to carry that, a bit like 12 at Wolf. $16 here is like that too. Okay, well, I've not really got to cheat to show you any difficult putts on 14 greens yet. I'm sure we'll get an opportunity. Not a great win this one, but the main thing is we can reach. All I really care about is that we can reach, and that might be quite a nice distance. It's just a tad less than a full backspin 3-wood. It'll probably want to take a hop when it gets up there. It always seems to if you're hitting a big club in here. It seems to take a big hard hop off the green. Take a little bit off for that. Got the heartbeat. Oh, that's bonus. Tap that one in and get off. Been a real bonus if it went in the hole. I didn't even hit the ding. So again, this is a one that you have a chance to hole. I try and get maximise our chance of doing that by just getting the ball to be spinning a little bit at the end. Ideally you want to kind of have 2 goes at it, once on the bounce past and once just spinning back towards the hole. Just multiplies the chances of holding. Got the beats. Oh, kind of did what we said. Just a fraction to the right. Tap it in, move on. Good start. We've been pretty close to holding a few approaches today, and this is going to play. I'm going to play around about 200, I think, today, which is full backspin 4-iron. Short slightly better than long here. Oh, what's wrong with that? I thought that was pretty good. Oh, it's landed 204 and it's spun back 5. We've got a bit of violent spin there. I didn't know it did that. 14 speed greens. You often discover stuff like that. So I like playing on them. You just don't get this stuff on if you're playing on a 9 or a 10 speed. That was unfortunate. There's obviously a ridge there right next to the hole. You see we're going up it here. This needs to be hit. On a 14, it always dives a little bit more than you would think. If you're used to playing these on standard greens, you'd hardly play any break at all on this. You just give it a whack. 14, the ball is moving so much more slowly. You've just got to expect. That should be nice. We just off things. Oh, come on, come on! Oh, it didn't move. Here I am. I'm telling you, it's going to move more than you're used to, and it goes and does that. Oh, I can't believe that, guys. How are we only 5 under par after those 5 holes? Difficult wind here too. Okay. Going to be hitting a big club in here. About a 95% 3-iron is that's going to play about 208. There we go. Another easy kick-in eagle. You see, I hit that one pretty firm there just to reduce the probability of it diving off. Now this is a really difficult hole. I'm going to have to hit 3-wood today. We can't get there with it. We can't sensibly get there with a 3-iron. Can't control it. It's going to be about a 96-97% 3-wood. I think it's slightly right. Missed the ding slightly, might be a bit right. Oh, how did it stop there? This is going to be a hideous putt, guys. Oh, look at that. I don't think we're going to make this one. How did it stop there? Look at that slope. It's landed right on the... Yeah, you want to be past this hole, so you're putting back up the hill. I didn't want to be there. That feels pretty good though. That feels about right. Slide off ding as well to hold it. Get in. Big putt that one. That would have been criminal if we'd made another par there. Then we get 2 rather generous holes coming up here. So this one, yeah, it's going to play about 109. Let's nudge it in there. I'd like to land this slightly past the hole and spin it back a hair, not too much. Don't spin in wildly, it shouldn't like that. About 9 yards to the right. Land it ideally a foot past the pin, yard of backspin. That's the plan anyway. Hit the ding. Oh, it's nowhere near. That's disappointing. It's not a difficult putt, but it's again on the 14s with the extra break, it's well worth giving this a bit of attention. We'll probably give it a bit of extra pace as well. Yeah, it's just outside, isn't it? Almost. Kind wind. Means we can get well within sand wedge country. It's going to be seven or so to the left, this one. It's probably going to play about 93, 94. Okay, good front nine, just that robbed a bit on that par 3. I'm hoping we get drive it here. I hope this goes a bit further than it should, and it has 309. 309, it shouldn't have gone 309 into that wind. Sometimes if you just off ding them a little bit, ball sort of jumps on you. It goes further than it should. And now that's left us a really nice distance in. This is going to be again just less than a full back 3 wood. It's going to play about 241. This is about 98%. Right is better than left here. It sort of feeds in a little bit when you're hitting a big club. Got the beats. Get close. Go on. We just need to make sure we hit this one. Don't give it any chance to dribble. That'll do. So all we need to do here is hit the fairway. That'll do. That's quite a nice distance for a full backspin 9-iron. Maybe about 98% again. If any of you wondering sort of how I'm calculating these things, I mean, a lot of this in the low or moderate winds, a lot of this the calcs you can just do in your head. I'm using if I use 180 yards as a sort of a baseline for the wind, so in 180 yards out, a 10 mile an hour wind will move 10 yards. 125 is sort of 2/3 of that. I mean, you don't need to be ridiculously precise. You can just do a lot of these calcs in your head, and the other ones, if it gets a little bit more fiddly, then you use a calculator on my iPhone. Now this one. Slightly awkward distance. It's probably going to play about 117. It's maybe 5 yards of tailwind there, right? Slightly long and left is the better play. You can see those ridges, you don't want to get stuck on those. It might be slightly awkward. Nah, it's not too bad. We can, as long as we're willing to give this a little bit of power, we can take a lot of the break out of this. Yeah, that feels quite nice, right? Is that too much? Maybe a hair too much. Move it in a little bit and err on the side of the off ding to the early. Yeah, I'll do. Again, 90 yards is a nice easy count, but it's 180 would be 12 of wind, so this is 6. A little bit less because we're going slightly downwind and it's not exactly across, almost 6. And then maybe hit it 91 yards or so. It's about 90% on this club. I like that when it's sort of rolling. I get a yard or two of roll on the ball, either backspin or forward spin. I always feel that they've got a good chance of dropping in. Maybe that's just me, wishful thinking. Now this one, this hole continually played short for the first few months of PGA National, and now it stopped doing it, and I just don't trust it now. It was playing 3 yards short every single time. It did it to me 10 times in a row. I've got a note in my notebook on it, and now it suddenly stopped, and it sort of randomly seems to play correctly, so I don't know what's happened there. I'm going to hope it plays correctly. It's just less than 100%. Misdinged it to the right. I often do that when I haven't got a kind of a... And you're just not sure of stuff. You often hit a bad shot. It did go the right distance. I don't know what's happened to the in-game physics on this hole, but it's changed. Maybe they fixed something. That's the benefit of playing Clash, you know. I got to play this hole 6 or 7 times in a row, and every single time it played correctly, which came as a surprise. It cost me a few shots. I made a couple of pars there. Slightly awkward one. It's probably going to be about 13, 14 of wind. Of elevation. I mean, it's what? I just need to take a tap. This 5-iron with a 2 dimples down goes 192. So this is likely to be a hair less than that. Ideally, we'll throw it slightly past the hole. Have it spinning back towards it. Got the beats. That's okay. I'd have taken that off the tee. It's a slightly awkward wind, that one. You're never too sure how much wind impact you're going to get. And this, we just need to hit this one so it doesn't want to sort of get away from us. There we go. So this one we just knocked down there. Don't let it get into any trouble. Leave ourselves what's probably going to be some sort of a 6-iron. And that is going to be maybe 6 and a bit across and 5 or 6. So I think it's going to play about 160, 161. You can see again the ridge we talked about on the second. You've got to get over the top of that. Trouble when it gets over it, it tends to take up forward and roll to the back of the green. Oh, it's our first bad shot of the day. That's a bad shot. Believe it or not, I was trying to misding that a hair to the left. I ended up misdinging it to the right. This is going to need a little bit of work, this one. So the logic here, 14 minus 2.5 times 8 over 14 is 6.57. Would be for about dead weight. That'll actually go a little bit past. Just a little play more like sort of a 15 speed going down the hill. So we are going to give it a bit more than that and just try and make sure it holds its line. Err on the side of dinging to the right, like that. Hold your line. Yes. Got away with our first real bad shot of the day there. So off the tee, wind moves the ball a little bit more. So this is going to be sort of 11, 12 as the total wind impact, of which maybe 5 is a tail. I think probably about 8 is a cross. Five iron full back goes 186. It'll probably on this one spin back sort of 2 or 3, so we can throw it a little bit further. Sort of have it ripping back, ideally into the hole. Hit the ding. Yeah, you see the idea. It's coming sort of spinning back. If the hole gets anywhere in that path, it'll probably lip out. And again, this one we just need to make sure, very similar to the last par 3, just make sure it doesn't get away from us. Give it plenty of oomph. I'm not worried about going 3 foot past because the hole will get in the way. And oh, that's our first kind wind on the par 5s. The others have all been difficult. This is a really kind wind. Thank you, wind gods. So this one, well, it's about 15 of tailwind, maybe a little bit less, but it's going to want to run. So the trouble we're going to have here is it's a little too far for a full backspin 4-iron, and it's going to want to take a little bit of a bounce forward when it hits the green. So I'm going to play a little bit more back than maybe I should, just to allow for that. Good shot. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. You see it roll forward 3 yards. Again, very similar to the other holes. Downhill one, we've just got to make sure we hit this. Don't be frightened of going well past on this one because the hole's going to get in the way. Perfect. 21 under. 51. That's pretty nice on the 14 speed greens. Tidy back 9. Happy with that. And only that 5th hole where we got 5 yards of backspin that I wasn't expecting on the approach. That was disappointing. 4 eagles, 1 par. Average distance to pin is tight. Hope that's useful, and thank you for watching.